welcome back to Victoria's Aquatic Adventures. So basically I'm going to go ahead and start siphoning this tank, because what we're going to do today is, while I am siphoning my goldfish tanks, I'm going to talk you through my quarantine process. But let me show you how I get this started, and then basically we're going to get going. So I have a nice little fruit net here, basically used over from, I think this was clementines. I think that's what it was. I'm pulling out some of the algae and stuff from the last batch, throwing it in the old quarantine tub that we're going to empty. Okay, so basically this is what I do, so that way I don't have to be hunched over the tank. And then when the water is lower, what I do is I go in and I get the bigger batches and I scrub the algae from the side of the glass and all that good stuff. But I do this so that way my fish won't get sucked up in it. So this is what we're going to do here. We're just going to slide it in there away from my fishies. And voila. I already have the siphon hooked up to the back hose, so it's just going to run outdoors. And Tom going to hand me his peach as always. Thank you, Thomas. You can have it back. There you go. Alright, so so guys, while we are draining this tub, let me slide a little closer and talk to you guys. Yeah, one thing I will do though first before we get too deep into this is I'm going to unplug my heater, because, and these things are labeled by the way, because that got old quick. Unplug my heater when it gets a little bit lower. That's when I'll unplug my my filter. So I'm dressed for animal care today. Just got done cleaning the guinea pigs and the rabbits. As always, let's take care of business first. I'm going to tell you about the next probably upcoming 4 videos. I did go to the Nashville Exotic Pet Fair. I did get a few new babies. Got a few guinea pigs, and I got a new rabbit. And I'm letting them settle in and everything before I show you who they are. They are settling in very well, and Mochi will probably be the first one that I introduce you guys to. So, that being said, that will be an upcoming video. Second, I have my garden started. A lot of things are sprouting, doing very, very well. We're gonna have to move over some plants like the zucchini. Basically, I do a summer garden yearly, so that way I can feed my rodents on a budget, and it's a lot cheaper than just buying all these vegetables. That being said, that will be another video. The next video will also be, well shit, I forgot. Okay, well the next video will also be how to clean out one of those nice good bargain tanks, because I mean, this tank up here, I got for like $20 off of Craigslist. So you can find bargain tanks and everything. These guys, though, I've actually purchased like brand new. So, but you can use those tanks, and I'm going to show you how to clean those tanks out, get them real good and clean, so that way you can use them for your vivariums, or actually for your fish, because that's what I'm doing up here. Thomas is taking you guys for a ride again. But, and then my next video after that will be the quail habitat. I have not forgotten you guys. We have started building in the quail habitat. However, the pet expo that I went to did not have any quails. They didn't have any quails at this expo, and I was like, oh my god. So I can't actually combine my quails. So it's up there pretty, looking all lilac-y, and it has no animals in it or any plants in there, because I mean I can't combine my quails, and I don't want to have an environment where they're like, this is my home, and then I go to introduce more quails and everybody gets into a little tizzy and a little fight. So we're not going to do that just yet. Can you calm down, please? Now, so those are going to be kind of the next 4 overall videos. That being said, you've listened for 4 minutes. We started draining the water, and I'm about to show you my quarantine, but let's take care of business. If you think that's going to excite you, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel. If not, you don't think it's for you, then don't. I mean, hey, it's not for everybody. But, so give me a thumbs down. But what I'm going to need you to do Either way, these are all decisions that can be changed. Take care of business right now. Show your support, share with your friends, your mom, your family, anybody. If not, I understand. Okay. So, I always overstock my goldfish tanks. And actually, my tropical tanks in my bedroom are also overstocked. And I am not the only fish keeper that has overstocked tanks. Please, for the love of all mercy, holy French fries, stop. Nibby, quit. Okay, so I'm not the only person that overstocks. However, what I think is important is clean water, which is why we are doing a nice, good, healthy water change today to keep everybody healthy and friendly. But besides the healthy, friendly, before we add new fish to our environment, unless they were bred by the fish that are already in the environment, I mean, come on. Then what I like to do is quarantine. When I was a new fish keeper, I knew nothing about quarantine. I didn't know what was happening, and then I got hit with Camellanus roundworm. Yes, all of that. My guppies, all of them, Camellanus roundworm. And I was using the same water equipment on everybody, so it was terrible. And the guppies, and I lost all my beautiful guppies that I loved, all my females, and it was just terrible. And I tried so many different medications, and I finally figured out what took care of it. But since then, this was the middle of last year. Since then, somebody wise told me, hey, when quarantining, you can't just come and spirit of love. When quarantining, you can't just say, hey, okay, this fish looks healthy, because there's things that you just can't see. You can't just say, hey, this fish looks healthy, let me introduce it into my other tank. Because I've been there, I've done that, and I've lost countless of my beautiful fishies, and I still mourn them to this day. So, I will introduce you to the ones that I have quarantined and have been introduced to this new tank. But we're going to talk you through my quarantine process of what I do. I medicate. I always do. My quarantine process lasts anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. The first thing I like to do is, alright guys, I am back. So I do live in an older house where, I mean like older as in, it's probably 30, 40, could be 50 years old, I'm not exactly sure. But I lived in an older house where the water pressure, if it's too many things with water going on, then the pipes start to knock. So I just had to turn down the water pressure from draining my hose. One of those things that we do. I am taking this tank down, by the way, to about, we're going to probably do between a 75 and 90% water change. So probably just until where it touches the top fin, the dorsal fin, and the belly of my big oranda that I have in here, which is Hercules. Boop, boop, right there. I don't know if you can see him. But, so, what I was saying is, for quarantine, I actually quarantine in this big HDX. I use the 30 to 50 gallon HDX black tubs. So, like right here, it comes with that yellow top that you see right back there. So that's what I actually use. I have 2 of them because I like doing that instead of trying to dedicate a whole new aquarium. It actually protects against that last medicine that I do, and it just works wonderfully. So what I actually do is I seed one of the, because I never know when I'm going to get fish. It's just always, it's a surprise to me. I'm just like, oh, Victoria, look at that fish. And it's just a surprise. So I actually will take, usually this top aquarium's filter, this little sponge filter. They have both my goldfish have a hang on the back filter and with Porthos in the back, and they also have a sponge filter inside, because that is a smaller tank and they don't get fed as much as the one tank with the babies in it. Then I don't worry about it that much, and I'll seed out theirs for about 3 weeks. So I take their sponge filter and I'll put it in there, because I don't worry about taking it back over, because like I said, I always medicate, and all my fish have been medicated. So that's just the way I do things. This time I did, since I was actually quarantining some new plants as well, I did also add on just another line of air. I just did an open line, so that way we also pumped in some regular air, because it was also goldfish, very large goldfish, about 4.5 to 5 inches. And I just went ahead and did them in here, so that's the reason I just had 2 different types of air basically going into this tank here. And so the first few days, 3 to 4 or 5 days, I let them decompress. I just give them the same treatment as everybody else regularly. With them being goldfish, everything, they get a little salt in their tank. I do not add as much salt as it says on the package. I never do. I just I basically get a pot, one of my little saucepans. I heat up some water, and then I dissolve 6 tablespoons of just the aquarium salt in it. I do it with every water change, and then I divvy it up between the 3. It's not exact science for me, but it's just enough salt to keep my fish happy and healthy. So that is what I do for them. I also have a nice heater in there. As you can see, right here is the cord. I don't know if you can see that. You probably can't. But there's the cord for the heater. It's just sitting at the bottom, so that way they have a nice constant temperature. I just let them decompress. Once they start to come up for food and they seem happy and they eating constantly and everything, that's when I start to treat. I use a Sea Chem Paragard. I thought I had the bottle over here, but I don't. It's over there. I use Sea Chem Paragard for the next 5 to 7 days, depending on how bad or how small the fish are. 7 days is usually routine, and then after that, I mean, of course, with water changes in between. So Paragard, I do a nice good water change after the 7 days of Paragard per whatever the gallon tub is. This is a 30-gallon tub, so that's how much I use. 3 caps of Paragard daily for that 7 days, and then I just feed as normal, and then I will change their water a little bit more. I do not change while I am treating with the Paragard though, because I don't want it to decrease the amount of medicine that is in the water supply. So, but after that last day of Paragard, I do a good water change on them, probably about 75%, and then we just let them decompress again, calm down, be all fine, and I let them do that for about a week. So that's it again, just a week of just regular water, basically regular living environment, a little bit of salt, and that's it. After that, the last thing I do is I treat with levamisol, and that's just to take care of internal parasites, the ones I can't see, even if I did a skin scrape or anything. And I still will do a skin scrape if I think there's something suspicious, or if they came from a place where I don't know these people. There are select places now that I will get my fish from, so I don't do skin scrapes as often as I probably should. Seeing as the last 5 times I've done skin scrapes, I just haven't seen anything, so I just, after my quarantine process, I just haven't seen anything, so I just don't worry about it. So I just do that quarantine process. I do the levamisol. I think it's Subquaria levamisol that I use. You have to do a good 50% water change before you dose it. I don't add any salt. If I do, it's very, very minimal. It's not even a tablespoon worth. But it's like they give you a dosing sheet. So if you order from your levamisol from Subquaria, then they give you a dosing sheet, and that's what I use to dose the tank. But I actually, and that's when you have to cut off the lights, because it is light sensitive medication, and it does not, it won't work if the lights are on. It basically kills the medication. So I do that, and I only treat with the levamisol once. I don't go through many treatments of the levamisol unless they're guppies or mollies or live bearers, because they're more prone to the camellitis roundworms. So unless they're going upstairs, I don't treat more than once with the levamisole. So what I do with the subaquarial levamisole is I'll treat as dosed, and then they stay in that medicated water for the next 24 to 48 hours, depending on how fragile, sensitive the fish is. After 48 hours, that is when I will either change the water 75%, or I just go ahead and move them over into the regular tank. And that is what I did with the new fantails that I have in here, is I just went ahead and moved them over to their new tank. So that is my quarantine process. That is what I've been doing for the last, oh Jesus, 6 to 8 months. And so far, everybody seems to be doing good. I have not lost a fish due to any illness. I have lost a fish due to bullying in my 75 tropical, my carnivore tank. But I have not lost a fish due to an illness or anything that has been brought over from a supplier or such. So that being said, that is how I quarantine fish. Now everybody does everything differently, and I'm not saying anything is wrong on anybody's part. This is just what I found works for me. So if you like to do it that way, then yes, go by all means, do it that way. And so I'm going to finish this out. I'm going to add some new pretty plants and things in there, and we're going to show you basically the tanks when they're done. I'm excited. Yay! So this is going to take some time, so I'm going to put you on a little ride so that way you're not going to be sitting here all this time like, oh my god. Because siphoning just takes so much time, and I just really want you to see the end product. Once it gets down to about 60%, that's when I will take the net off of the hose, and that's when I will get the bigger pieces from floating in the water, and that's when I will wipe down the sides. And I have the little stool back there to also wipe down the sides of the top. So that's what I'll be doing here in just a minute. But we're also going to change the tropical tank as well. So guys, and then I'll probably do a second video to show you the new fishies and to show you my gold fishies. And yeah, so yay! Alright.